Star Wars: The Last Jedi. This has to be one of the worst Star Wars movies I've ever seen. And I mean that. I'm saying this movie is worse than the prequels. Yes, worse than the prequels. I didn't even know that was possible. But this manages to prove me, this is worse than the prequel movies. I mean, at least the prequel movies had Ewan McGregor. Ewan McGregor is a fine actor, one of the greats of our time. He was great in those. He made those movies. And at least Episode 3 got to the point of Anakin turning to the dark side, right? This one, all it does is bastardize characters. All the potential that was in Force Awakens, most of it has diminished. With the exception of Kylo Ren. Kylo Ren is the only character I like in these movies now. So, right off the bat, the movie starts where... it doesn't start with, but one of the first things you see is Luke, from the end of Force Awakens. He has Rey's lightsaber, right? He throws it away! And I'm like, who is this dick? I mean, who... And it just gets worse from there. It really does. And, okay. Everything they did with Luke was terrible. I don't even know what Rian Johnson was thinking when he was writing this crap. I mean, why is Luke a dick? He's a dick. And everything he does in this movie is horrible. And, yeah. Another thing, okay, let's talk about the other characters. Rey. Okay, so at the end of Force Awakens, she is able to use the Force without any training, and people were like, what the fuck? What is this shit? And they said, she's a Mary Sue. She's a Mary Sue, she's a Mary Sue. And I said, wait till the next one, they'll probably explain it. I waited till the next one, and... oh boy... They made it even more confusing by having her have no relations to the Force whatsoever. And people were saying, Kylo Ren could be bullshitting. But I'm sorry, that's just terrible writing. It's... And Finn had so much potential. He had so much potential to be this character that had an ideological change. He was a stormtrooper and he transcended to the rebels. He changed his ideological stance. That's interesting. What do we get? He rides fluffy-looking dog things with his new girlfriend. And, there could have been this epic fight with Captain Phasma, and there is sort of... And then Captain Phasma dies, and... I mean, they got the actress from Game of Thrones. I mean, she could have had so much potential as a character, and they just ruined it. I mean, and people were like, oh, but we're subverting expectations. You didn't expect that. If someone stabs you in the back, it's unexpected. It doesn't mean I have to like it. And I'm sorry, that is not good writing. And people were like, what about Empire Strikes Back? The twists in Empire Strikes Back happens because of the story. You find out Darth Vader is Luke's father because it's part of the story. I mean, in this, it just feels gratuitous. It just feels like, oh, we want to shock the audiences with twists, but it has no greater meaning. You know, it sucks. It really sucks. And it has the worst end to a Star Wars movie I've ever seen. Luke dies of, what, exhaustion? Like, he just uses the Force too much and he dies. Are you kidding me? Luke Skywalker, the protagonist of the original trilogy, and you're telling me that he dies of exhaustion? Fuck this movie. Fuck this movie. I hate it. I don't get why people like it. If you like it, more power to you. I mean, people like the twists. Go, cool. I mean, I'm glad you enjoyed it, but I, for one, did not. I did not enjoy this movie. In fact, it made the prequels look decent. The only movie I'm contemplating whether it's better than is Rogue One, because Rogue One I just found dull. I found that movie really pointless and dull. I didn't like that one bit. You know what? In terms of positives, it was cool seeing a Star Wars movie at the theater again. As with any Star Wars movie, the sound effects, awesome. Sound design, awesome. Special effects, top notch. Although, something that strikes me is, with The Force Awakens, Disney said, or J.J. Abrams said, we're going back to the roots of the original trilogy and using practical locations and sets. Which is awesome. And they did, sort of, with a little bit of CGI. This one seems to take a step back. You know, I felt like there was more CGI in this one than there was in Force Awakens. Or it didn't look as authentic anyway. So, yeah. Besides a cameo from Yoda, which was pretty awesome, a puppet Yoda, which is awesome. But in terms of the practical effects, there weren't many. You know, I don't know why Disney took a step back. I think people were just saying, do something original, don't remake Empire. And yes, they didn't remake Empire, but what we got was something that shows me Disney does not care about the storytelling of a movie. They don't care about the integrity of the characters or anything like that. They just want the bucks, the money. That's what they want. They don't want good character development. They just want money, and yeah, that's what we're gonna get, I think. And that sucks, because The Force Awakens, I like The Force Awakens. I was one of the few people that defended The Force Awakens. When everyone was saying, oh, it's just a remake, I said, there's potential with these characters, and they blew it! Disney, you blew it! Ah, god damn. This movie sucks. Anyway, see you guys next time for another video.